second.
That was scary.
Okay, we're gonna do side by side.
Recording in progress.
Oh, I'm nervous.
Nervous? All right. So
my birthday.
That's so cute, baby Yoda. Wait, doesn't he have a name now?
Grogu.
Grogu. That is the best name for a Yoda. Aw, that's so great. Now. Oh, this is weird. It's weird interviewing you. I know you.
Like when I did the one of you.
Yeah, that was a little weird for us. Okay. So, hi, everybody. This is a special interview today. We are interviewing what is the word for me to use here?
Founder?
Our founder? We're interviewing our founder today. I was going to say creator. I don't know why.
I mean, creator, director, founder, person.
We are interviewing our founder and creative director of Yes Mija. Also, it's a birthday special. It's our creator's birthday, guys. So celebrate. Yay.
Yes.
Happy birthday. Hopefully.
Yeah, I'll probably post this on my birthday.
This is about to be celebrating you, the main Mija of Yes Mija.
The reason we're all here.
Small jokes here. So let's start with an introduction. Can you introduce yourself to all of the people watching today?
Yes, I'm Kyra, of course, the founder and creator of Yes Mija. I'm also a photographer of many things outside of the billions of things that I do for this brand.
Yes, so she is our founder, our creator. And can you tell us a little bit on why you created this brand and a little bit about Yes Mija itself as a whole?
Kind of just to, I want to inspire other Latinas or just women or, young girls to kind of go after their dreams, kind of do whatever it is that they want to do. No matter how big or small, anything that you want to do, you can achieve. What was the second question?
So you answered the part being like on what the brand is about. How did you end up creating this brand?
It was like a partial accident, if that makes sense. I was playing in Photoshop, trying to do like illustrations in Photoshop for the first time using my Wacom tablet, and it was like really, really difficult. But I made this really cool rose logo, and I was like, this looks cool. And then like I put like the word Mija with it, and I like kind of like was like, this is kind of cool. And then kind of after that point, I was just kind of like, maybe I can make this into something more. Did a little research and then kind of like figured out like what I want to do with the brand. Made a couple of t-shirts that weren't what I wanted. You'll probably never see those designs. They're not cute, but then our main logo came up. So sometimes it's like Bob Ross says, a happy little accident. But it definitely blossomed into more than I could have imagined it to be. Like I don't think when I first started I had any full intention, and I think sometimes that's okay. We don't ever know where we're going with our ideas. We just kind of let it flow and kind of let our life situate what we want to do with it. Yeah.
All right. And so you told us a little bit about the history of our brand. And you mentioned before that you also did photography with the brand as well as your own personal projects. Can you tell us on how you got into photography?
Well, the same story that a lot of people tell you is they were given their first camera. When I was a young child, I was given a camera right before I went to Europe, and then I was like taking pictures of everything, kind of was like, this is really cool. And then when I got back, I actually ended up taking a lot of creative images, kind of just stuff that I wanted to take pictures of, try to make a did really bad makeup, but you know, at the time I was like, oh, this looks so cool. But had I not done that, I wouldn't have gone into like doing more creative photography. Yeah, so like I did that, and then I ended up going to college for photography. Started as like event photography, and then kind of blossomed into doing more fashion photography after taking a few studio photography classes. Really fell in love with it, and then like started to do more fashion photography shoots, working with designers and models in Jacksonville when I lived there. Kind of creating my own like editorial shoots, and then eventually taking that and using it for the brand, and using my skills as like a creator, and being able to kind of mix fashion and photography, kind of be like that person.
So you mentioned that you did lean into more of the fashion part of photography, which does bleed back into Yes Mija. So if you haven't seen our TikToks and our Instagram posts, she does do a lot of fashion shoots, and they're very cute, like TikToks, guys. Please follow her TikTok, Yes Mija.
You're kind, y'all.
Honestly though, I love seeing our TikToks mostly, especially the Gasolina one from not that long ago. That was great. 10 out of 10.
It is definitely
so let's
harder being in front of the camera when you also have to be the one to take them, and then you're also the one creating like what you're wearing. So it's like trying to find. Look, if anybody in LA sees this video, we are looking for models. Hit us up.
please, all shades and beautiful colors and sizes. We love you all. Please. Oh gosh. Like I said, it's so weird interviewing you. I know you. So I'm like, I know the answers to these questions.
Right. We've talked about this 20 billion times.
We do. We do weekly meetings about this.
Teaching you guys a little something.
All right. And so when you were creating the brand itself, you stated that you started off with the logo. How did you end up from a logo to a small to a small fashion brand before doing like a Latinx platform?
Wait, what?
So you started off with a logo. How did that bleed into fashion, and then later on into becoming more of a Hispanic Latinx brand as like a platform?
So when I actually did the logo, it's still the original. So like if you see our logo, it's the same exact logo. I was just like, for some reason, I don't know why I was drawn to the word Mija. It just like, you know, every Latina woman, right? I was like, what will this look like? You know, sometimes when you're in school, you dot your I's with like a little heart or something. I was like, oh, this would look so cute. It's like an I thing. Even if it's capitalized, it still looks kind of cute. So like that was kind of like, yeah, it was an accident, but at the same time, I was like, okay, well, how can I make this work as a brand? At first, like I said, I was like, let me just create some like really bad, maybe I'll show them to you guys if I still have them, but some really bad designs that just I would never put them on a t-shirt now. But that's part of growing as an artist, is you learn. But I made some designs, and then eventually I was like, okay, I don't want this to be just another brand that sells you something. Like I want it to be more than that. I want it to be inspirational. I want us to share content that's, you know, educational. Like we have our blog post, we talk about, you know, different kinds of topics, you know, we share interviews, we have, you know, just a bunch of things to kind of educate and inspire other Latinas, because for me, when I see stories of other people, it kind of helps me with my own personal life. So I think sharing other Latino women's stories with our viewers and supporters, well, you know, you never know who's going to resonate with it. So that's kind of where I wanted to take the brand as far as, obviously we're still, out here creating fashion, stationery, jewelry, but the basis of the brand is to inspire. So we want to inspire with content. Hence this interview.
And we are still ever growing. A lot has changed in the actual year when you hired me as your writer and interviewer. Hi. Yeah. So we've actually grown a lot in the last year. So adding on to that fact, how you did experience a lot of changes in this last year, along with like COVID-19, hiring other people to start like branching out the brand itself, and actually doing a very big move to California. And I know how big that move is because I did that same move to New York from the same state. So like starting off with like, how has this brand grown? What was the question? How did you see this brand growing, especially with like obstacles such as COVID-19?
Well, I will say so I came up with the second collection for last year. It was our spring collection, and I actually wanted to do a full model photo shoot. I had like all these ideas. I wanted to shoot with like 3 or 4 different models.
Hi, friend.
Hi. I wanted to shoot with like 3 or 4 different models, but the collection was also like kind of running late. Like these necklaces didn't come at the time that I wanted to. We had earrings that came in. If anybody has seen the earrings, they like say Mija on them. Bad quality, so we had to cut those completely from our website, unfortunately. So like just little things that sometimes I would say they're not fully related to COVID because this happened prior, but like as far as like what's all happened within a year, we had our spring collection. Unfortunately, we could not shoot it. I had to kind of use myself as a model. I had to figure out, I used like a mock website where you can put your designs on these like t-shirts. So if anybody out there is like a t-shirt designer, I mean, there's limitations to it, but for people that are starting out and don't have the funds or don't have the networking to have models kind of on hand, or point in case like COVID happened, I needed other models besides myself to kind of sell the brand, put those on a t-shirt, was able to create way more imagery than I thought I would be able to create, and kind of share that as like image work. And then of course we hired you on for like expanding the brand. So I wanted to do blog post. I did one blog post prior to you coming on, and that was kind of just like an introduction. But I think I got to a point where it's like, I need help. And sometimes it's really hard to admit that. I was like, I need help figuring out what kind of content to make, because I'm one person, and not saying that my ideas aren't great. It's also good to kind of throw ideas back and forth with another person that understands. Being another Latina woman, you get it. You understand.
Hence our weekly meetings.
Yes. Well, they've been kind of, all over the place, but we'll say that.
It's okay. It's summer. It's summer. We're allowed to take a break.
Yeah, so bringing you on kind of helped a lot with, adding more blog content with, and then kind of cross-pollinating content, which I think it's called something else, where we would take our blog content, also put it on Instagram so people can see it, taking some of those blog content and then creating like TikToks from that same content, which we're still trying to do. It's a little, rough. And then also sharing it on like, if it's educational or like could be like work related, we can share it on places like LinkedIn, and then we have like Twitter. So just kind of taking content and putting it everywhere. So that's kind of, like I said, going back and forth between another person to figure out what we want to post, what's going on in the world, which, as you know, one of our posts had to be a Black Lives Matter post because of everything that happened, unfortunately, at the time that we hired you on. So also being able to work with somebody where we can kind of shift gears if we need to on what we want to post, because as a smaller business, we have the capability of doing that. Or, for instance, like when I'm really busy or when you're really busy, we can push things back. Not to say that we should procrastinate, but being realistic with ourselves and also being okay with knowing that we can't do it all 24/7. Like, it's okay. But a lot has changed. We're creating a lot more content, and just trying to share more with our supporters.
I thought about that the other day, though. Like, when I first started, it was, I think, maybe 1 or 2 posts like a week, every other week. And now we have like interviews and multiple posts a month. And like,
we consistently had an interview every single month since we started doing it. So
we've been doing great.
That is a lot of people. That is a lot of people we've interviewed. So if you guys have not seen these other interviews, you guys should go watch them. But go to our YouTube, watch them, give us views.
Follow, share our posts and videos.
Support our other Latina women out there and non-binary folk.
Yes, I've like met a lot of interesting characters through like being their interviewer. Mm-hmm. Though I think the most weirdest experience was being interviewed for the interview. That was a weird switch. I was so used to asking the questions.
And I'm so used to like seeing after, not like before. So I was like, okay, I'm the one interviewing you now.
Yeah, it's a weird moment where you're suddenly there. I remember doing my first interview and she was so sweet. It was like, I think it was Brittany.
Yes, Brittany Garibay. Like, she's weird. Look, I am so proud of all these people.
They've done so much since their interviews.
Yeah, not just since, I think the interviews kind of also help people to feel confident, knowing that what they're doing is making a difference, and also getting the word out. Like, she pretty much told me that her interview was seen by one of the colleges that she had applied to, and that kind of helped her, I guess, network and maybe get like more of a foot in the door, which I'm like, girl, your work is amazing. Like, you didn't need the interview, but I'm really glad that it helped. Like,
and she's so sweet.
If this helps elevate people's lives, I'm here for it.
I think she was our youngest interviewer too. Like,
yes, she
was our youngest.
Yeah.
She's so talented, especially like with such a short time where she taught herself how to like do art. She was great. I don't think I've ever met a person that I interviewed that was not like, by the end of the interview, I was not in awe of every single time. Like you mentioning like you went to Europe and that's how you find like your love for photography. I was like, how did I not know that? You'll look back on this and see my shocked face. Like, you went to Europe and that's how you found out? That's one great way to find out.
Look, man, it was either that or quinceañera, and I did not have that many friends back then, so I would have had it.
So yeah, we've actually grown a lot. We've met a lot of people through these interviews and continuously expand and helped our fellow Latinx community, like creators.
I still know a lot of people that we can share their stories, and we're going to continue to meet people, so it's not like we're going to stop anytime soon. So we're here for it.
I can ask her and see how, follow her around New York and be like, hi. So we'll see. Maybe she'll be the first like in-person interview. That'd be fun.
Who?
I have a friend that's moving here to New York.
Oh, I think it like cut out when you were like,
oh,
like it made you freeze. God forbid Zoom.
Zoom likes to test me. It might also be my Wi-Fi, to be honest. But Yeah, she's coming to New York. She's moving here. She's Dominican, Latinx person. And, she's here coming to New York, starting a new life. Maybe we'll just follow her around New York as a newbie, being like a Dominican in New York, chilling out.
We have goals to do these interviews in person, but it's kind of hard still. I think some people are still, with COVID and everything. And also, I think it seems like a one-on-one conversation. I kind of like the Zoom. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like the Zoom format, but also it would be really cool to get in person, what is it, B-roll for the interview preview kind of thing for people to kind of watch it, for putting it on reels, being like, hey, we're interviewing so and so.
The trailer for the interview.
Right. Exactly.
That's how I thought of it always, just trailer. Here's the little trailer of the interview we had. Please watch. I love it. And you did mention that goals, these are the goals that we want to do in the future. Do you have any big goals that you want to do with Yes Mija? Long term, before we get into anything short term.
Long term. Obviously, you know this information already because we've talked about it several times. Is we want to be, I wouldn't say organization because those kind of can get mixed up a little bit, but more like a media platform where it's kind of half shop, or maybe 60% shop, 40% content, having more variety of blog type of stuff, having more of a website where you go to it and you're like, yeah, this makes sense to have more media on the website, having different kinds of YouTube videos that's not just interviews. Maybe we want to share more informational stuff. Again, that's kind of the bread and butter of what I want the brand to not just be selling something, but also giving the experience of learning something or learning from somebody, or just getting information, I guess. But I know our short-term goal, which also kind of leads back to interviews, is we want to do workshops. We want to do mini convention type of thing where we can go to different cities and reach out to the different Latina communities and maybe find people within those communities, that are doing, really awesome things. For example, we have people here in LA, we have people in Jacksonville, New York, just different cities. We have people in Chicago, we have people everywhere now. So we know people of different areas that would love to be involved, have a little panel type thing where they're speaking about their experiences. Even if people have seen the interviews, I think it's just nice to have that in-person experience, listening to them, possibly crying and shed a tear. But just having little workshops also where you can do one-on-one sessions, or maybe, for example, learning from, I'm really bad with names, but we have interviewed a lot of people, guys. She did.
Which one?
Our other writer. Well, we have.
Okay, so we had a Shelby and a Felicia.
Shelby. Wait. Yeah, Shelby. So Shelby or Shelly. Shelly.
Shelly Flowers.
She has her own books, and maybe kind of having little workshops where people can kind of learn, kind of a teacher's type of situation, but not really teaching.
Yes. Felicia also said she was doing workshops for her writing as well. Mm-hmm. And because she wants to be a motivational speaker. So workshops aren't only a teaching scenario. It is like an experience. You want to create an experience where creatives can meet each other, network with each other.
Like I could teach studio photography or just little things that if people want to kind of learn, like I said, having ma'am, can you wait for like 5 minutes?
Hi again, friend.
But yeah, just having like a workshop and having just the different people kind of speak at it. Again, it's just like having the brand, but in person. That's kind of what it is. Maybe having exclusive gift bags or exclusive stuff that people could buy only at the event. Just little things, you know. To me, they're little, but at the same time, they're really big. So, in due time.
I think it's fully possible.
Now,
especially with
because it's a lot of stuff.
I think it's fully possible.
We're doing
really
well.
We're doing really well considering the year that we've had, most definitely.
A lot of change.
And especially with like future circumstances of like potential
things.
I don't think advertisement is the word, but can we just add that part as like random like bloopers? Just every time looking at that side, like in the office, like what are you doing?
What are you doing? So lost my train of thought.
So doing workshops, one-on-ones, general ideas of like big picture and meeting people in the future again. After COVID.
I would love to meet all the people we've interviewed. I mean, some people I already know. I literally just met you in person, like maybe sometime last year. I think it was like the fall.
I think literally probably like a month or so before I moved.
Yeah.
And then I saw you again when I came back to visit.
I was like, for some reason, it didn't feel like it was a long meeting because there's like a lunch meeting, and then we met again, and it felt like we were meeting for the first time because I only really have seen you in person twice. So
oh, like, that's true. I've known you since last May.
And it feels weird not meeting.
Like, it feels
around people in person, but look.
That was fun though. That was when we were doing an interview for
International Women's Month. So if you guys haven't seen that,
yes, she did great. You should see the post on that. That video footage was fantastic.
Yeah, we can post the link. We have a couple of interviews. We'll post the link under this YouTube video somewhere. And we'll also
that's also when I met Sydney for the first time.
Yes, Sydney, one of our other amazing content creator, extraordinaire people,
model, dancer, makeup artist,
everything.
Jack of all trades. That's what Sydney is. And a hell of a mama.
Yes.
She is our Mija mama. Beautiful children, all dancing children.
Yes.
All right. And then you also stated with your own photography, do you have any other projects that you've done outside of Yes Mija or potential projects that you are building up to?
I mean, I recently did a shoot here with a model, Monica, which she's amazing. We've used her several times within the brand page. She's actually from Jacksonville. She lives in Atlanta. Doing shoot with her for my personal work. I did some art direction with my friend Aspen, so she'll be showing those pictures too, which I hope to interview for August because I don't know what month it is clearly.
I forgot what month it was just now.
Time isn't real.
Yes, I agree.
That's like about all the personal stuff I've been working on because just creating, I've just been living. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I've been living. I want to post stuff more, but sometimes need a little break.
Of course. Speaking of a little break, you did move to California pretty recently. How has that been? That move from Jacksonville, Florida to California?
It's been a little over 3 months, but it feels like forever because I feel like I've done way more things than I did in Jacksonville, especially over the last year. I just think that there's so much more to do here. There's so much more opportunity. There's so many more people to meet. Just a lot of things, a lot of moving parts. Again, opportunity. Sometimes you just kind of have to create though. So.
You've been meeting all types of people over there. I'm just saying. Especially from what I've seen on like social media. She's just relaxing. And you know what? Everyone needs the self-care time to recuperate, to get them creative juices flowing. And you know what? Just to have a break.
Yeah.
Which is what we all need. And is there like a major difference between like Florida and California? I know there's a huge difference between southern Florida and then like northern New York City.
Weather is like, it doesn't rain. It's sprinkled like once. It gets hot, but it also gets really cool in the evening, which is really nice. Considering Jacksonville is just hot and humid almost all the time.
Florida.
Like I said, it has its hot moments, but I think that's okay. Yeah.
And what about like the people? Have you met other creatives like yourself?
I have met a lot of different creative people. I also met with a few people through, like, I have a few friends through Twitter. I have a couple friends through Instagram. I met this YouTuber that I kind of follow. Just everybody's so different. Everybody's so nice that it's kind of like, and it's not just that they're nice. It's just they're willing to talk about things. Like, I feel like there are a lot of people in Jacksonville like that, and I don't want to be that person who's like rapping on their hometown. But I think it's just different here because people actually want to make things happen, and they're gonna kind of go for it. I did not feel like there was as much of a community in Jacksonville as I would have wanted, but I know it's weird because kind of towards the end I started to slowly feel it. But for me, it just wasn't enough to kind of keep me there. But I will say that I'm grateful for all the opportunities that we had, especially considering that it was like right before I was leaving. And I kind of felt like a little sad because I was like, I'm starting to make these connections, but I'm about to leave you guys. But those connections can follow you anywhere. Those people might not live there forever too. So I will just say that I'm very grateful for, the things that we accomplished while me in that city. So kudos.
Honestly, I understand. I think that the creatives do exist in Florida. Though I don't think it's competitive, I do think that creatives are a little bit more laid back in Florida.
Yeah.
And I think it's just the atmosphere of Florida. It is, I don't know, something about Florida just means like you're able to like lay back, relax. It is a very touristy area. So like I understand in that aspect, and versus like places like California and New York where it is a little bit more competitive and you are more likely to meet these creatives just out in the open.
Yeah. And people are always like, you're gonna run into big people when you move to LA, and I'm grateful that I haven't ran into none of those people. And everybody's been super like nice, but not in a bad way. Like nice, like genuinely nice people. Yeah.
Understood. And now a very important question. What are the birthday plans for your birthday month? What have you done so far, and what are you looking forward to doing?
I feel like I've been moving nonstop 24/7. I did a birthday shoot at the beginning of the month, kind of for myself, to kind of like feel confident and all that jazz. And just because I'm so used to taking my own pictures, I wanted someone else to take pictures of me. So I did that. kind of just like I've had friends come visit. I'm going to Palm Springs this weekend. Like that's my actual birthday trip, which is exciting. But nobody find me because I will be hidden. Yeah, pretty much
relaxing.
Relaxing, doing a little too much shopping. But look,
we've all been there. My bank account is crying as we speak.
My birthday month, not my birthday.
Yes.
Treat yourself.
Of course. It is Cancer season, guys. It was Gemini season last month, but it's all about the Cancers this month.
Exactly.
Obviously, we're talking to our favorite Cancer right over here, the yes, Mija Cancer. Otherwise, is there any like big hints of what you're going to be working with in Yes Mija soon that you can give to our audience? I know all the big hints. I know what's going on. But is there anything that you would like to share with our audience to get them excited about what's to come?
Our fall collection will actually be a lot earlier than last year. I think we dropped it in like October, but I'm really going for the end of August. So
ooh.
No promises on that. It'll either be the end of August or the beginning of September, but I'm really, kind of pushing.
Gotta keep you guys on your toes.
Remember, I am one person. I am grateful to have another human, but there are a lot of things that unfortunately I am the only person to do. So
I try and help as much as we can, but we're looking for helpers, guys.
Again, like LA models. Hi. Because
hey, like if you want some experience, guys, come our way.
I'm gonna need models for the fall collection, so hit us up.
We will leave the Instagram, the email, everything, so you can DM or send an email if you're interested. If you want to send some birthday wishes, of course, just go through the DMs and be like, happy birthday.
Would make my birthday great is if you guys bought something from us. Support us.
But please support us. Follow, share, like the video. Please interact and leave comments. Even if it's just a small happy birthday to our Yes Mija founder here. Or if you are very genuinely interested in working with us, feel free to send us a message. We are always glad to hear from you. So otherwise, is there any last words that you would like to say to our audience out here?
I'm hoping that, so you already know this information. A few other people already know this information. But earlier this year, we were able to get some of our merch in a show. I'm not going to say what show, and I'm not going to say it yet until it actually is out. And I see the episode so that I can tell you guys what exactly to look for. But just know that our stuff is making it on TV.
I was aware. Mind you, I did see on TikTok that they were doing promo for the new show, the new season, and someone looked like they were wearing a blue tie-dye long sleeve shirt that looked a little familiar in my eyes. So I was just like,
look, when I see it, I will be sharing it everywhere, but for the time being, hush hush.
Keep a lookout, guys. We have someone wearing our merch on TV.
I will probably make a story or go live or do something on Instagram to let you guys know what's up, because I'm excited about it, and wow.
It is very exciting. But
within a year, y'all, like it's been a lot, but like
we have been notified that they are wearing the clothes and which general episodes that they should be in. We're not concrete, but we do know a good chunk of maybe 1 or 2 episodes that they are wearing the merch.
So we're watching it for you guys so that we can tell you exactly what to look for.
Yes. And if you figure it out, leave your guesses. Which show that, mind you, the person that is wearing it is Latina. So if you can figure that out, you know what? We'll be happy to shout it out. Take your bets, take your guesses. And whoever gets it right, I will find your comment and be like, you are correct.
And you might get some free merch just for guessing correctly. We'll put you in a little hat. All the right answers in a little hat.
We all like free merch. Do it. Take a guess.
If you already know, don't be guessing because you're not gonna get them.
What? Who? Not me. Otherwise, thank you so much for speaking with us, Miss Founder. We got to meet you personally, get to know you very in-depthly, and thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and we look forward to seeing you next time. Adios, bellos.